What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some Elton John again. Once more, big thanks to Kim for providing a great deal of music, including Elton John. And this one comes from 1971 and is titled Talking Old Soldiers. And in fact, the context Kim gave me is that the title is very straight away. It is about talking to an old soldier, and thus comes across not as a drum-beating, chest-thumping, flag-waving nationalistic piece, but rather a much more heartbreaking, direct, honest, and brutal type of experience. So, yes, ultimately, let's give it a listen. This is Elton John. The song is Talking Old Soldiers, and it's from 1971.
Why hello, say, can I buy you another glass of beer? Well, thanks a lot, that's kind of you. It's nice to know you care. These days there's so much going on. No one seems to wanna know. I may be just an old soldier to some, but I know how it feels to grow. Yeah, that's right. You can see me here most every night. You always see me staring at the walls and at the lights. Funny, I remember, oh, it's years ago I'd say, I'd stand at that bar with my friends who've passed away and drank 3 times the beer that I can drink today. Yes, I know how it feels to grow. I know what they're saying, son. There goes all my jogging. Well, I may be mad at that. I've seen enough to make a man go out his brains. Well, they know what it's like to have a graveyard as a friend, 'cause that's where they are born, all of them. Don't seem likely I'll get friends like that again, yeah. Well, it's time I moved off, but it's been great just listening to you. And I might even see you next time I'm passing through. You're right, there's so much going on. No one seems to wanna know. So keep well, old friend, and have another drink on me. Just ignore all the others. You got your memories. You got your memories.
Damn. Number one, that's an incredible vocal performance. I mean, it's not it's not massive, but he really does turn it up in a couple moments, and that conveys the context, the scene being painted, especially Mad Joe, I believe, and his memories and the depth of his feeling, despite the fact that a lot of people might just dismiss him as, oh, he's this crazy guy who's at the bar all the time. He just, if you talk to him, he'll just talk about his friends that aren't here anymore, and he just, he drinks a lot and so on. But the brutal reality behind that, and the disconnect between what he's seen and been through and what people regard him as, comes across. And knowing this is 71, my understanding about a lot of the service members who served in Vietnam, they came back, and what they had seen, gone through, the amount of friends and squad mates and so on that they had lost, like perhaps there was a disconnect between large sectors of the society and those veterans who had come home, and ultimately the experiences they had gone through were not given the sympathy or seen in the light that they should have been. So I think a lot of what I heard there seems to fit in with that specifically, but of course I think you can interpret the lines more broadly. And in its form of a younger person coming and, sort of wanting to hear more and giving this old-timer a bit more of an ear and a bit more respect than maybe a lot of others do. It reminds me of a punk rock reaction I did. 10 Foot Pole's song, is it just Old Man? I think it's Old Man. Let me make sure that's the case, because I don't want to misquote it, because if anyone takes a look... Make sure I got it's just called Old Man, and the context is a bit different. That song is more general, about a generational gap, and it's not so much about the man being a veteran, although I think you could maybe interpret some of the lines in a similar vein. But yeah, the idea that there are some younger folk who are sympathetic to the depth of that experience and the brutality of those memories, and the place the older gentleman is at in the present timeline because of what's come before and so on. I think that reads here. I will say the piano playing is very interesting. Like it's sort of halting, and there's some moments where it stops, and Elton's vocals, sort of fill that space and we're drawn to them because there isn't a lot other going on sonically at the same time. So yeah, it's a very stripped down arrangement, and the chords themselves, they're played very forte. There's a lot of power to them, even if they're not, fast or exceptionally loud. There's an intensity to the playing, even if it is relatively stripped down and simple. So, yeah, a very minimal song in terms of the sonic atmosphere, but one that is very effective for that fact. And ultimately, again, the vocals from Elton come across more powerfully than anything. So yeah, a very powerful tune sonically and emotionally, lyrically. So yeah, as I have said for the previous couple Elton reactions, I really only know him through one or two songs and his major reputation. So now, at the very beginning still of going through some of his music in this, immersive setting where I just sit and listen to a tune, it is already telling to me that his songs have, the power and the social perception they do, given what I knew, sort of, again, by general reputation about his iconic status in the music world. It does seem very fitting. So I'm looking forward to more Elton John, and there should be one more coming in today's batch. Let me know what you think of this one. Shout out again to Kim, and I will see you next time. Peace.